Hey, ladies and gents, social nerds here. You really can't make these deportation stories up. It's nuts what's going on. Now, listen, I feel badly for this lady, but I'm wondering the 30 years that she has been in the United States working as a nurse in long term care facilities. She's had a child. The child is a male, a son. He's an adult. Born in America, he's a citizen. She's also a grandmother. Her parents even live here in the United States, and they are citizens. So, what about her has happened over the 30 years that maybe resulted in being rejected in reference to obtaining citizenship, being rejected in reference to getting a green card? What has happened? How are you here 30 years with family members? You've purchased a home with your son. You are taking care of your parents that are now citizens here in the United States. What happened? This lady arrived in the United States about 30 years ago from Sierra Leone. There was a conflict, some sort of civil war. She's 58 years old. She was recently deported to Ghana, one of those countries that's a third party receiving nation for deportees from the United States. Now, her deportation is I'm sure is a nightmare to this lady. She had been showing up yearly for her immigration review or check-in, right? And right now, she's in an undisclosed place in Sierra Leone. But there's a viral clip out there where, while in Ghana, she's being dragged on the ground so that they can put her in a vehicle so that they can, I guess, transport her away in order to be shipped off to her homeland, Sierra Leone. Now, in the support of Pan-Africanism, the Ghanaian government has decided to accept people that are nationals of an African nation. And boy, did they accept her and get her back into Sierra Leone, right? The clip is awful to watch. If you've not seen it, it's one of those clips where, similarly to people in the United States that are arrested and detained by ICE, they are all on the ground going to their knees. Sometimes they have to be dragged by authorities, right? So there's resistance. So 58-year-old woman that was living in Bowie, Maryland, has been deported to Ghana, then to Sierra Leone from Ghana. Her name is Rabiatu Kuyateh. Rabiatu Kuyateh. I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation, but that 10-hour flight in shackles, right, probably was one of her worst experiences, right? Listen, I believe that some of these people that have been here for just years, hanging out in the United States, or maybe the United States immigration process dropped the ball. I think it's, to have people just here for a long time, either you're rejecting their application for citizenship, asylum, or a green card, and they're just still here working, and legally, in her case, she had a work permit. I'd like to know, what was she doing during the 30-year span that she's been here? Did she have a lawyer? Did she attempt to go back into the country of Sierra Leone and then have her adult son help her back over into the United States? What exactly did she do to resolve this? And if she has been working on this issue of not being a citizen or having a green card, What in her background? Did she do some sort of petty crime that, could eliminate her from being successfully becoming a citizen in the United States? It's a curious case. She's from Maryland. She was residing in Bowie. She and her son purchased a home, and again, he was born here. She's a grandmother as well. She's, doesn't get the help that the Maryland man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, has received. And we're going to continue to watch this. These deportation stories are awful. I'm someone that believes that these sanctuary cities and the explosive unlawful migration over the past 4 years has really made it worse for people like this lady, because it's really put a spotlight on just kind of all immigrants. At this point, people can get their green card snatched. You can get your visa snatched if you make some sort of comment online that is seen as offensive to the United States, right? You're sitting up here in the United States for 30 years or more or less. Not just her, many of these people haven't gotten citizenship yet or a green card. And this is awful for this lady, but I'm not surprised that this happened to her. A 10-hour flight, shackled up, right? Click on the link in the description box to find out more about this lady. Thank you for stopping by, Social Nurse.